on the hill where the church is, and you look down on the right into the low area, and you can imagine where it was. So I guess that building's not there anymore. So I think that building's gone.
I think that's right. There is.
He said the orphanage itself is gone, but he told me if you go up the hill with the church on your right or on the left, and you look down. I think Cosby was with me when we did this. And you look down, and there's the open field where you can see where the children were lined up.
And there's another whole area nearby called the Kazachi Post, where there's still the ruins of the church.
And the
Orthodox
the four orphanages are still there.
Yes.
The four buildings are still there.
Yes.
And I think there's got to be some kind of opportunity to do something with those buildings. Now, people live in it now, of course, so I'm not going to displace people. But those four buildings are still intact. And where there were orphanages, to make that a little
into a historical museum.
Or a
Heike and I have talked about that.
Or a school, or something. Make it into a school.
Yeah, vocational school.
But obviously,
which is what they used to do.
We'll print the photos.
You're not going to fund the restoration? Come on, fund the restoration.
We're actually going to give half of what we printed, over 200 photos. Half of it is donated to you.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No, I've been there, and we walked around those four.
The children, so in order to forget the trauma that they were dealing with, they introduced music, they introduced dance, they introduced arts and crafts, and in many cases, the arts and crafts were actually sold as part of Near East Industries in order to raise money to help support their needs.
Part of the campaign.
This is a pamphlet. This is one of the pamphlets that was used
To help raise
money.
Is it true when you read U.S. international humanitarian effort? Is that true?
On this scale, absolutely.
Our whole humanitarian human rights policy started right here. Basically.
This is exactly the point we've been trying to make. Historically, this is a relevant issue for American history because this is exactly where American international humanitarianism began. USAID and all the organizations that came thereafter were modeled after the Near East.
So the missionaries were Europeans too?
Yes. Johannes Lipschitz was involved. Jakob were Germans. This is Nellie Norman. She's from Indiana, Goshen, Indiana. 24 years old. She made her work with very young. And they focused on the most intimate of the children at the birth nest of the inside.
Yes. This is yeah.
And here's the symbolic irony. Azad, which is her name in Armenian translated means freedom.
That is powerful.
Yeah, that's why we put them together because it says it all. A representative of Near East religion. An orphan who's almost dying, almost bones, adopts. He adopts the child.
She was abandoned by her parents because they were on deportation marches, and they adopted.
It says it all. And after taking to the United States, nurtured and cared for us.
She grew up in Virginia.
And Leslie, her daughter. How that happened?
Are they coming tonight?
Yes, they're arriving tonight.
They're arriving
From Iraq.
Yeah, he's retired now, he said. He said he's working at the American University. Yeah.
This is also amazing. I mean, that's education. Yeah, this is what we did for the main photograph. National Gallery. Just speaks volumes.
This photograph is of Mabel Elliott. She was actually one of the, founding mothers, really, of the medical profession for women in the United States.
This is your result.
Yes, this is your result. Depicts the ministry. This camp, Sean, why don't you
after the Gyumri earthquake, which took place in 1928. So while the refugees were largely based in Gyumri, in Alexandropol at the time, there was an earthquake in 1928, and there was an extended relief effort on top of that by the Near East community. And then, of course, we all know the same place had a devastating earthquake in '88.
post-19.
All the children were provided vocational training so that when they left the orphanage that they could sustain themselves in a livelihood. The pictures in black and white.
I'd like to point out this particular photo, Nero. This is Vahan Cheraz. This is Vahan Cheraz. He is actually, his daughter is going to be speaking about this Negroes. He is the founder of the Scout movement in Armenia during the Negroes relief efforts.
It's a soccer team.
This is the soccer team. He led the soccer team.